Hi everyone, it's Sandy. I'm back with another fun do-it-yourself paper embellishments. I do love making these embellishments, especially when you have a lot of paper scraps laying around or you have a pile of little paper pieces. So I wanted to make something else with my papers that I have in my stash. So I made these do-it-yourself framed embellishments, and I was quite happy with how they turned out. I mean, they look so pretty, and I think these would be great to add to some cards if you wanted to make some quick cards for a special occasion or a note card. These would also look great to maybe display on your craft desk, or you can just gift these to a crafty friend and then they can maybe use these on their projects. I'm going to show you the ones that I've just made just before the video, and I just had so much fun making these. So I'll show you this first one, and you can make these in any size you like, any way you would like to make these as well. And you can make these using the cutter parts from your paper pads or quotes, and then you can add a quote inside the frame. You could even add a photo if you wanted to add a photo inside the frame, and then you can layer the frame part with more papers to create a pretty background. So this one here is one that I made with just some pattern paper, and then I did I layered it with another paper and punched out a couple of these flowers using this little tiny flower paper punch that I have. And these, you can get these pretty easily. I think I purchased this one from a discount variety store here in Sydney, and I've had this for a long time. And it's a little tiny flower, and I think you can purchase these online or anywhere that will, or a craft store. So that's the one that I used for most of the decorating on all the embellishments. So I just tried to make them using basic minimal craft supplies, so just whatever you have in your craft supplies. So this is one of them, and this is another one. Oh, I got a little punched out flower there. Let me just throw that out. And then I just layered the frame with 3 punched out flowers, and then using a flat back pearl just to create the centerpiece. This is another one, and this one I did use cutter parts for these too. They were some cutter parts from paper, a 12 by 12 paper pad, I think. And then this is the frame part that I used, another flower. And this is another one. I like this one. And this one I created a center sort of piece in the center of the frame using a couple of different size heart punches, and then I just laid the heart shape and put the flower shape as the center focal piece, and then I use one of my word sentiments. I did use a lot of the foam squares as well to give it more dimension and add more layering to the frames. And this is another one. I decorated with a cute little pom-pom dangle, another word sentiment of mine, and then this is another little flower. And they just look so sweet. I just think they are all pretty. So I just thought I'd just show you some ideas. This is a plain library card pocket that I made. So just to show you, you can decorate a plain pocket and just finish that off with one of these embellishments to the front. You can keep layering the embellishment. You can add more, decorate it a lot more to however you like. This is just a more basic start for you, and then you can carry on and keep decorating. This is another one, maybe that would fit here, so that would look nice there too in the front. Just so pretty. And then I just cut out these note cards or cards using plain cardstock. This is a 3x3 size, and this one is a 4x4 size. And I'm just going to show you, so you can finish that off like that, and there is your card ready to write your message. Great if you're doing craft fairs. If you want to make some cards, you can make a stack of these and add them to the front, and they all just look nice on any plain cardstock background. This is another one. You can go that way as well. Just nice and basic, and this is another one. I think that would fit nicely there. It also would look good to finish off a journal cover as well. You can make and add one of these to a journal cover. So I just wanted to show you a couple of different ways that you could use these on your projects. So I'm going to make a couple now and show you how to make these. I have a couple of trays with some larger pieces of papers, and then I could use that for the background base. And these are little scrap papers I'm going to use to maybe punch out the flowers with. I'm just going to put that to the side. And what you're also going to need, so you'll need some good size papers if you want to create, for example, like this one for your the front part of your frame, and another layering piece for the back. So good size scrap papers. And then I use plain white cardstock for the frame. You can use whatever papers you want to create your frame. I just wanted to use plain white cardstock because I think that pops out the colors of the background of the behind the frame, and I just think that just sort of easier way to lift all the patterns, and it's just another basic easy cheap way to make your frames, and not too fussy with finding out what papers you want to use. So all I done was I did cut these strips at 1/2 inch, and then with the length I left it as is, and then I'm just going to trim down the length once I'm going to create the frame. So I just cut the strips down at 1/2 inch, and again with yours you can make your frame any thickness you want. You don't have to use the same thickness as mine. So you just play around with the frame width and the size of your frame. And I've just got some minimal craft supplies. So I've got my the foam squares, or you can use your foam tape strip, the thick ones. Some flat back pearls to create the centerpiece for my flower shape. So you can use anything. You can use any paper punch you want. You don't have to use one of these if you haven't got one, or you can leave that part out. And just your scissors and glue. All right, so I'm just going to get straight to the embellishments, and I'm just going to see what I can make. Oh, and then these are the cutter parts. So if you have cutter parts from your paper pads or from your die cuts, you want to make sure your quotes or cutter parts have enough sort of area around it so that you can fit your frame around the center part, and it doesn't cover the part that you want shown. So this would be a good one because there is enough room around the edge. If you have, let me just find one, for example, like this one. This one doesn't have a lot of space, but you can still work with it. You just play around with your frame to make it fit so you could see the center part, and you'll see you see what I mean when I make it. So I'm gonna make one with a cutter part and one with just some plain papers. So let's make one with just the plain paper, which is a lot easier to make. I think I did find one that I'm going to use a plain pink for the base, which is the back part, and a pattern print for the part that I want to frame around. So I'll pick these two for now. Maybe I'll see. So I like that one. I like this one too. I think I'm going to use this one for the part that I want framed. Then I have the strips. Now with this part, you just decide what size you want your embellishment to be. I'm just going to keep mine not too big. So I might make it sort of similar to this size. So what's the width? This is just about 3 inches. I might go down a little bit because I want the actual final complete size to be 3 by 3 inches. So in that case, let's do the frame first. I'm going to create the base, like 3 inches by 3 inches. So that will be the bottom part. And for the piece that I want framed, I'm going to cut that just slightly less than a 3 by 3 inch size. So that way I can see a little bit of the border of the base. I'm just going to go down about 1/4 of an inch on all sides. But when you make yours, you just make yours to the way you want to make it. I'm just giving you a guide and an idea on how to put it together. So that looks pretty like that. And I've got the nice border, and that will be the part I'm going to frame. So the part that's going to get framed, whatever size that is, you're going to cut your strips the same width. So in this case, the length is 2 3/4. So I'm going to cut 4 of these strips at 2 3/4. And I'm going to cut 4 pieces. So I'm just going to cut them all down. So I get 4 pieces. There's enough of this one. I just have enough. So I'm just going to need one more. So to create your frame, these are all your pieces you're going to need. You're just going to need a base. You're going to need a piece that's going to be framed, and 4 little strips that will create the frame. And then after that, once you've created the base, you can then just decorate it with however you would like to decorate it. So let me just quickly show you. So this one here is a rectangle size. So if you're going to make yours a rectangle size like this one, you're going to cut 2 pieces of strips at the size of the length of the top and bottom, and then 2 pieces of the length of the sides. So that way you'll be able to create the frame to fit around that size. So you'll need 2 sizes of this height, and then 2 of this length. Hope that makes sense. But because I'm doing a square one, it's a lot easier. You're just going to make 4 of the same size. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, you're going to grab your strips, and I'm just going to grab 2 at a time because it's easier. So I've got 2 pieces here, and you're just going to angle cut one side just a little bit, like that. And then I'm going to grab the other 2 and do the same. And just cut that in an angle up to the corner. So now you have 4 pieces with one side that's got an angle cut. And what we'll do now, we're going to create the frame first. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to grab one piece, and I'm going to add some glue to the part just below the edge, just a little bit there. Grabbing another piece, and you want to grab that piece with the angle side, so they're sort of the opposite. So you'll have this one with the straight, and then the other part is the angle part, and you're going to place that on the top like that, and you'll glue the other side again away from the edge just a little bit. Grab another piece, and then you'll use the angle part to go on this side, which will be the opposite to the straight edge. So now they're sort of overlapping on top and under. And then this last piece, you will glue a little bit in the front here, and then a little bit at the back. Again, just away from the edge, and you will slide that underneath the left and the other one on top. So it's sort of like a weave. It goes down, and then this one will go on the top underneath, and then you'll have this. And while your glue is still wet, I'm going to sort of move it. I like to have the frame a little bit crooked. I think that makes it more interesting to your embellishment. So you can see all of these ones aren't all square, sort of, what do you say, is a square edge. But you can, if you want to keep them nice and straight, you can do that. I just want mine to be a little bit more interesting and fun, so I'm just going to sort of do that. Grab the piece that I want framed, and that's going to sit on top. So if you want to make it a little bit bigger, make your frame a bit bigger so you can see more of the pattern of the paper, just gently play around with it like that until you're happy with where and how you would like to lay it. So I'm just going to go like that. Hopefully I can get that out. And then I'm just going to add a square foam dot on 4 corners, and then I'll place it on top of the background paper. I will make another one, and I'll make one with one of the quotes, just so you could see what I mean, trying to keep it all in frame. So I'm just going to just lay that. And you still have time to move your frame around if you're not happy with the way it's laid. And so I've done that a few times. If I'm not happy, I'll just move it. That's why I didn't glue all the way to the edge, just so that it gives me time to move it if I want to. So I'm just going to leave it like that. It's just, you have an idea of how I'm trying to layer it. And the next part, I'm going to finish it off by layering that on top of the base. And I'll just add some more of these foam squares. If you want to have it as a flat embellishment without the foam squares, that's also okay to do that. There's nothing wrong with doing that as well. Sometimes we just want to keep everything flat and it'll still work. I'm just throwing all these little back pieces on my desk. I think I've got them all out. Okay. Just place that in the center. And look how pretty it looks already. And you can leave it like this. You can keep going and decorating. You can add more paper background if you want. I'm not sure if I've got a bigger piece, but so you can add another layer and keep layering and layering to the height that you want it. So that is the base of the framed embellishment. I'll just decorate the frame. I'm just going to pick out a piece of scrap paper to create one of these little flowers. I think I might use might use this one. So I'm just going to punch out a flower. And I have this, it's like a sponge mat for paper flower making. If you don't have one of these, you can still make your flower sort of curled up like this. And I'll show you. But I also have this tool with this round ball. And all you do is just push down the center of your flower, and then it sort of creates like a cup. Makes your flower raise up a bit. But if you haven't got one of those, I'll just show you in a second. I'm just going to add a little, one of these little flat back pearls. Just going to stick it down in the middle and press that down. And I'm just going to place it up the top there. And then I can continue decorating if I want to do that later on. But that's how to do that. It's nice and simple. And I'll just do one more and I'll show you. If you don't have this foam mat, you can do the same thing instead, and you just grab your little flat back pearl, place it in the middle, and then just use your fingers to just curl it around and mold it around that little center piece, and then just gently open it, and it'll still give you a raised flower, and then you can still place it on your frame. Just put that one there. So still the same. So that's that one, all done. Now I'll do one more with a cut apart with one of the quotes, or so let's see. I'll do one. I might do one with this one. And this one is not a square one. Yeah, I'll do this one. Sorry, I was just trying to think whether I wanted to do this one. I'll do this one. So I'm just going to find a couple of papers that I think will work. I've just seen this one. We can use this one for the background. What is this one? What do you think? Do you think this one or this one? I think I'll just might use this one. Okay. I'm just going to check the measurements of the, so it's 2 inches, about 2.5. So I just want to make this a little bit bigger. So I've got a border. See how that is. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to grab these strips again and cut out 4 pieces. I'm going to make 2 at 2 inches each for the top and bottom. 1, 2, and then the length, or the height is 2.5. So I want to see how this will work. Because cut these two and angle cut that. So I'm going to grab these pieces and create the frame again. So I'm going to grab this one and a little bit of glue just there. Grab the shorter piece because that's the one that's going on the top. And I'm going to place that on the top with the angle opposite to the straight piece. So this one may not work, but anyway, let's see how this will go. And glue in the front. Grab the longer piece and go the opposite and placing that on the top. Grabbing this piece a little bit on the front and at the back. Placing that on the bottom underneath, and that one will go in the front. So you can see now the frame window is quite small, so it may not even fit around the quote, because I want to show this part here that says hello friends. So when I go like that, it's just a little bit too small. So this is a part where I'm just going to play around with the frame and move it around a bit. Or you can just cut your strips to whatever will suit you and how you would like it. You might even want to cut your strip a little bit less than the width that I have. So that's not too bad. That's okay. I mean, if I can't have friend, I can just say hello. That still will work. Okay, that's sort of fine. I might trim that top part. So this part here, you just might want to play around with it a little bit. Look, I think I'm all right with that. I'm going to trim that top piece. Yeah, that's fine. That looks okay. I like that. And I still like how the little top part still peeks out with that pink. Oh, this is cute. This is so cute. I wish I had made this background paper a little bit bigger, because that way you could see a bit of the blue, but not to worry, that's still fine. I might even bring that down. All right, so let's finish this off. And that will finish that part. So I'm just going to place these on the corners. Just fits, look at that. And then I'll place that on here. I wish I'd made the background bigger. You know, I might change it. I'm going to use this one. I just want to still be able to see a bit of the background paper. I'll just save that other piece for another one I'll make. Oh, this was no different. I made it. Oh, that's okay. Now, I get a little bit funny. I've got to make it. Here I go. Oh, last time. So this is how I waste paper. When I'm not happy, I just wanted to really get it right. I'll just waste a lot of paper, but I'll use it again. think we'll leave it at that. See, I like that now. You can see the pattern of the paper. All right, and now I'll just put that down. Sometimes if I'm not happy with the size of the paper, I'll just put it to the side, cut another piece, and then use that one for another project. I always find something to make with it. I should move that one, but it's all right. Okay, so I can place that there. How cute! That just looks so cute. I love this. This would be a great way to send as a Happy Mail gift. And I'm going to finish it off with one of the little punched out flowers. And I think I'm going to probably use that same paper. You know what? I'll use yellow. Yellow is always a nice colour. Pops out the project. This looks cute. I like this one. Okay. And I won't use that foam pad because not everyone might have one of those. I'm just going to do it this way. And I can't wait to see how it's going to look. Just a gentle push up. Oh, this is so cute. Oh, look at that. Isn't it pretty? And then I might even add a dangle. I'll do that off camera, but look how cute they turned out. This will make a cute little display as well on your craft desk. Oh, these are just so cute. So I just thought I would share with you these embellishments created with some of these frames, just using your basic minimal craft supplies, and then these are ready to go on any of your projects, or you can gift these. And they turned out really cute. So I hope you enjoyed this process tutorial, and I'll see you all soon in my next video. Bye for now.